Okay, continuing on with lesson 4.1, we're in part 6, which is our word problems on example 2. So it says finding the distance between cities. So you can pause this and read through what it tells you right there at the beginning, because I'm going to go ahead and work on the problem. So the problem says that Billings, Montana is due north of Grand Junction, Colorado. Find the distance between Billings with a latitude of 48 degrees 48 minutes north and Grand Junction with a latitude of 39 degrees 7 minutes north. Use 3,960 miles as the radius of Earth. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw in right here. This is our radius of the Earth, also known as our equator. And we know that it's going to be 3,960 miles. Now, going back through the problem here, it tells me that Billings has a latitude of 45 degrees and 48 minutes north. So I'm going to create an angle here. This is going to be Billings. And that angle we created right there is 45 degrees 48 minutes. And we'll talk about how to convert that in just a few minutes here, okay? All right, so then it tells me that Grand Junction has a latitude of 39 degrees 7 minutes. So we're going to go 39 degrees and 7 minutes here. This is going to be Grand Junction. I'm just going to abbreviate that. And that angle right there is at 39 degrees 7 minutes. And we want to know the distance between them. So from what it shows up at the top there, remember this is on the side of the Earth and the Earth is curved. So we want to know the distance right here. So that's an arc length. So remember that arc length is our S, which is equal to R times theta. Well, we know our radius. Our radius was the length of the equator from the center to the edge there. So we know our radius. And I'm going to move that over just a little bit. So we know the radius is 3,960 miles. But now theta is that little angle in between those two cities. And so we're going to find them by actually subtracting their angles. So it's the larger angle, 45 degrees and 48 minutes, minus the smaller angle, the 39 degrees and 7 minutes. Now, before we can subtract those, though, we've got to convert those into decimal degrees. And we briefly talked about it on the previous class period, and I told you we'd really talk more about it when we got there. So what we're going to do is we're going to have our 45 degrees, and we're going to add. Remember that there are 60 minutes in a degree, so we're going to take this 48 out of the 60 total that's in that 1 degree. And so this piece right here is going to give me the decimal degrees for the 45 degrees and 48 minutes. So let's go ahead and let's just put that in our calculator. And we should get 45.80 degrees. Then we're going to subtract the 39 degrees 7 minutes. So we're going to take 39 plus that 7 out of the 60 minutes it's in a degree. And so let's put that in our calculator. So 39 plus 7 over 60. And we should get 39.117 degrees. So when you subtract those, you're going to find that your theta is actually 6.683 degrees. So that's the angle measurement between those two cities that we need. The only problem is now when we use arc length, we have to find our angle in radians. So I'm going to go ahead and convert that. So I'm going to multiply it times pi over 180. And when I do that, I get that my angle is 0.117 radians. All right, so now we have what we need. I'm going to have to move this over a little bit more here. So we know S is equal to the radius times our angle. So our arc length is equal to 3,960 times that 0.117. Now, I don't have my graphing calculator with me here right now, so I'm having to use a regular one. So I am going to use my rounded value. So if you use the exact value, our answer should be close, but they're not going to be exactly the same. And so I find that my arc length then is 463.32, and we need to label it. It's a length, so it's going to be in miles. And so that right there is the distance between Billings, Montana, and Grand Junction, Colorado.